Assalamu alaikum. This is Pratusha Burwal welcoming you all to the English news from BTV Chattogram. Let's begin with the headlines. Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus holds meeting with Jamaat-e-Islami, NCP and BNP over upcoming national election and prevailing situation. Gano Adhikar Porishad President Nurul Haq Noor may be released within week, says Dhaka Medical College Hospital Director. BNP finds no shortcomings on part of Election Commission holding free and fair election, comments BNP Senior Joint Secretary General Nurul Khobor Rizvi. Law enforcement agencies prepare to ensure free and fair election, assures Home Affairs Advisor. Clash between students of Chittagong University and locals leaves more than 200 injured. Section 144 imposed in university and surrounding areas till 12 midnight tomorrow. Hundreds of Palestinians flee Gaza City as Israel's deadly bombings and forced displacement campaign intensify. And Bangladesh defeat India by 4-3 goals in last match of group stage of SAF Under-17 Women's Championship at Shongbad Stadium in Bhutan. Viewers, those were the headlines. We're moving on to the details. Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus is holding meeting with BNP leaders as part of a meeting with political parties over the upcoming national election and the prevailing political situation in the country. A delegation led by BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir entered the Chief Advisor's residence in Jamuna at 7:15 p.m. Other members of the delegation are Standing Committee member Dr. Khandukar Musharraf Hussain, Garshu Chandra Roy, Dr. Abdul Moin Khan, Amir Khusru Mahmud Chaudhry, Salahuddin Ahmed, Iqbal Hassan Mahmud Tuku, and Professor Dr. Zahid Hussain. Earlier, Chief Advisor held meetings with leaders of Jamaat-e-Islami and National Citizen Party (NCP). A 4-member delegation led by National Citizen Party (NCP) Chief Organizer Hasnat Abdullah reached Jamuna in the evening. The 2 members of the delegation were NCP Senior Joint Convener Ariful Islam Adib, Senior Joint Member Secretary Dr. Tasnim Zara, and Senior Joint Chief Coordinator Abdul Hadnan Masood. A 4-member delegation from Jamaat-e-Islami led by its Naibi Amir Said Abdullah Muhammad Tahir joined the talks. Other members of the delegation were Secretary General Mia Ghulam Parwar, Assistant Secretary General Rafiqul Islam Khan, and Assistant Secretary General Hamidur Rahman Azad. The director of Dhaka Medical College Hospital, Brigadier General Muhammad Asaduzaman, said Gano Adhikar Porishad President Nurul Haq Noor, who is currently undergoing treatment in the hospital's ICU, may be released within a week. During a briefing today on Noor's latest health condition, he told reporters that Noor is gradually improving. He said Noor has 4 injuries: a fractured nose, broken jawbone, an eye injury, and bleeding in the brain. Asaduzaman added that the CT scan reports are coming out well, though Noor is still experiencing some traumas. Treatment is being provided in line with the decision of the medical board, and he will soon be shifted from the ICU to a general ward. Meanwhile, Sharmin S. Murshid, advisor to the Ministry of Social Welfare and the Ministry of Women and Children Affairs, visited Dhaka Medical College Hospital today to see Nurul Haq Noor. BNP Senior Joint Secretary General Nurul Khobor Rizvi said the party does not see any shortcomings on the part of the Election Commission in holding a free and fair election. He made the remark while briefing journalists today after a meeting at the Election Commission in Agargaon with Election Commissioners Abdul Rahmanul Murshid and Anwarul Islam Sharkar. Rizvi said BNP expects the Election Commission to ensure a participatory election with the involvement of all. However, he also stressed that those within the public administration and the election commission who serve as allies of fascism must be removed. Home Affairs Advisor, retired Lieutenant General Mohammad Jahangir Alam Chaudhry said, "The Awam League is trying and will continue to try to derail the election." He stressed that the people and the political parties must come forward to resist them. Speaking to journalists after a core committee meeting at the Secretariat today, the Home Affairs Advisor said the unity among political parties built after the fall of the fascist government must be preserved in the greater interest of the nation. He warned that if cracks appear in that unity, vested quarters may create chaos and anarchy. Assuring that the law enforcement agencies are prepared to ensure a fair election, the Home Affairs Advisor added that priority is being given to guaranteeing people's participation in the 13th National Parliamentary election. Clash between students of Chittagong University and the locals occurred once again. After the clash of last night, there has been constant chase and counter-chase between the two sides since this morning. This has spread to the entire area around the university, leaving several students injured in the attacks by the locals. Earlier, the clash began at gate number 2 of the university over the beating of a female student of the university, which continued throughout the night. In the afternoon, another clash broke out between students and locals in Jobra village adjacent to gate number 2 of the university. More than 200 people, including students, 5 journalists, and the Pro-VC were injured in the clash. Meanwhile, Raater Upazila administration has imposed Section 144 in the university and surrounding areas until 12 midnight tomorrow to maintain peace and order. Meanwhile, Chattogram City Corporation Mayor Dr. Shahadat Hussain has demanded a judicial inquiry into the bloody clash between students and locals at the Chittagong University. He has visited the injured students at the Chattogram Medical College Hospital CMCH and inquired about the students undergoing treatment there. Visiting the injured at CMCH, Mayor Dr. Shahadat Hussain has said, "Such violence is never desirable in an educational institution. The attack by locals on university students is sad and worrying. An impartial judicial inquiry into this incident is necessary so that the real culprits can be identified and brought to justice. Strict actions must be taken against those who are creating violence by disturbing the educational environment," he added. He has also said Chittagong University is an important higher education institution in the country. If repeated incidents of the violence occur here, it harms not only the future of the students but also the entire society. The government and administration must take the right steps. DAP CMCH Unit President Professor Dr. Muhammad Joshim Uddin, District Unit President Professor Dr. Tamiz Uddin Ahmed Bani, Metropolitan Unit President Professor Dr. Muhammad Abbas Uddin, Premier University Vice-Chancellor Professor Dr. Nusrul Qadir, among others, were present on the occasion. Now, international news. Hundreds of Palestinians have fled Gaza City, piling their few remaining possessions onto pickup trucks and donkey carts as Israel's deadly bombing and forced displacement campaign intensify in the area. Families fleeing the Israeli military's relentless bombardment have begun setting up makeshift tents amid miserable conditions in an area west of central Gaza's Nusayrat refugee camp to the south of Gaza City near Deir el-Balah. Most of them have been forced to leave their homes more than once. Israeli forces have carried out a sustained bombardment on Gaza City since early August as part of a deepening push to seize the city and displace about 1 million Palestinians living there. On Friday, the Israeli military said it had begun the initial stages of its offensive, declaring the largest urban center in the territory a combat zone. The UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees UNRWA warned that the new operation could forcibly displace 1 million Palestinians to concentration zones in the southern Gaza. Hospital sources told news agencies that at least 77 Palestinians were killed in Israeli attacks across Gaza on Saturday. Of them, 47 people were killed in Gaza City alone, including at least 11 Palestinians who were killed while queuing for bread from ovens serving communities of displaced people. Yemen's Houthi movement confirmed that its Prime Minister Ahmed Ghalib Nasser al-Rawahi was killed in an Israeli airstrike earlier this week. The Iran-backed group said several other senior officials were killed when the Israel Defense Forces (IDF) targeted Yemen's capital Sana'a on Thursday. The IDF said Rawahi and other senior Houthi officials were eliminated when Israeli fighter jets struck a gathering in the Sana'a area. The Houthis have controlled much of the northwestern Yemen since 2014. The Houthis said Rawahi had been killed alongside several Houthi ministers, though it did not name the others. Saudi Arabian news site Al-Hadal reported that the Houthi foreign minister, as well as the ministers for justice, youth and sports, social affairs and labor, were killed. The office of Mahdi al-Mashna, the Houthis' president, said that several other ministers sustained moderate and serious injuries as a result of the strike. It added that Mohammad Ahmed Miftah, the Houthi deputy prime minister, would assume Rawahi's role. Heads of state and delegations from across Asia and the Middle East will meet from Sunday in the Chinese port city of Tianjin for the two-day summit of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization (SCO), a regional security grouping that has emerged as a cornerstone of Iran and Russian President Vladimir Putin's drive to rebalance global power in their favor. Russian President Vladimir Putin and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi are among the more than 20 world leaders attending the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit, which is now the world's largest regional grouping by population. The Beijing-backed bloc will convene on Sunday and Monday in the northern Chinese city of Tianjin, bringing together a diverse range of power brokers from across Asia, Europe, and the Middle East. With the gathering said to be overshadowed by United States President Donald Trump's trade war against much of the world, including many traditional allies of Washington, attendees are likely to have been more common ground.